184.8. Fuck. Alright guys, you just saw my final weigh-in for the cut was 184.8. I think I'm starting to get depleted, and the idea was I'm not going to talk too much of this part because today is a full day of eating and carbing up, and I'm definitely very flat compared to, you know, even last week. Hands down, it was a great prep. You know, things went exactly as planned. I didn't hit any hiccups, no plateaus, nothing like that. I dropped the hammer at 4 weeks out, now 3 days out from the show, and I'll start to carb up and hopefully be about 190 in the morning of the show. I'll be dried out and full at 190. So you can actually see that my abdominals and stuff have come down. Like, even though I have abs year round, I mean, they're so tight right now that I feel like it's, you know, like I'm at that point of losing muscle. Not the abs, I mean in general, losing muscle. So what I did was I tried to maintain my weight at 185. Once I hit the 185 mark, I pulled back. I cut back on the cardio. I went to 20 minutes instead of 40 minutes. There were some days I didn't even do cardio. I cut the cardio out because my weight was dropping so fast. And I tried to maintain my strength going into that final week. And yesterday I was still fairly strong. I hadn't really lost much strength. But I know if I pushed my weight more to try to come down more, which I don't really need to come down more, I would just wind up losing muscle this last week and flattening out and not being able to fill up. So what I'm going to do now is show you guys how I've had to adjust my posing. This fucking bicep tendonitis has been so bad that I can't sleep sometimes. It hurts really bad at night for some reason. And I can't fully rotate my arm out to get the lat to pop out. Now, one good thing is the national level and, well, not so much the national, but if, like the Arnold, if you do the Arnold, you have to have a hand on the hip at all times. It's like a mandatory thing now with the Arnold. Hand on hip, front, hand on hip, back. In my front pose, I actually hit my hand on my hip for my front pose, but my back one I usually do straight on, but I can't fully get that rotation. So I'm actually hiding that now. I'll show you right now how I do that. I'm hiding the injury by doing hand on hip from the back too. So I'll hit my front pose the same way, from the front like this. But the back pose now, because of the bicep tendonitis, when I have this hand here below and I can push out, when I lift it up, I can't rotate it out. It fucking hurts too much. I can't do that on stage. So I'll hit from here into the back pose here. Back into my front pose. And you see it hides the fact that I can't actually open up my lats on that one side with the hand on the hip. It helps me actually push. So the beard is gone. I'm gonna actually go and train fasted right now, deplete a little bit more, do 20 minutes of cardio, and then I'm gonna start the carb up process. So let's not talk too much more right now. Let's just fucking get on with this day and start this process. We're 3 days out, and I'm just looking forward to competing. It's just, it's exciting to me. So fuck it, let's do it. Okay, we're done with fasted training and fasted cardio, which I did both today. And let's fix this fucking camera angle, make that shit fucking square. And now we start the carb load. So what I'm gonna do today is, first meal, I'm gonna go, well, usually Wednesday and Thursday I go a little higher with carbs, and I pull back on Friday after I see where I'm at and see how I'm filling out, etc., etc. So today we're gonna go with, first meal will probably be a pretty big meal. So we're gonna go with 1.5 servings of the Nutrition Solutions pancakes. So each one of these has 38 grams of carbs in it. So it's 38 grams plus another 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, plus another 19 just for those right there. And on top of that, we're gonna have 2 packets of cinnamon, apple and cinnamon oatmeal, which has, I believe, 18 grams, 19 grams per packet. So you're looking at a pretty decently high carb meal here for my first meal. We'll put all this together, and then I'll show you guys pretty much what I'm doing is be having my Nutrition Solutions meals and adding more carbs to those meals throughout the day as you know, an easier way to kind of use the food that I already have for Nutrition Solutions and just kind of up the macronutrient density of them a little bit. So I'll show you guys how I'm doing that in 1 second. Let me put this in the microwave, get that thing going, and then we'll talk for a second. Alright, I definitely overcooked the oatmeal a little bit. I turned it into like fucking Oatmeal's fucking mint over here. Got these nice little flowers that Aaron's mom gave us last weekend for Easter. And it's been a while since I had this oatmeal. Probably since after Team Universe. The whole prep I used erosion, which a lot of people don't know this. It's not just a good anti-estrogen, anti-aromatase, but it's good for lowering cortisol levels at the same time. Now, think about it. The more you push your body, the more stress you have, the higher the cortisol levels go, the more you're going to want to control that, especially towards the end of a diet, so that you're not losing muscle mass at an accelerated rate. So that, and I think a gray matter were two very important things that kept me going. I take gray matter in the afternoon, so I do an adrenal rush before my workout. But when the adrenal rush would wear off, I'd start my clients to train until 9 o'clock p.m. So about 4:30, I would take a serving of gray matter, and that would get me through to about 9 o'clock when I get home, and I'd still be able to function and do my clients online and stuff. So Brady's back there watching Storage Wars. So I'm going to finish this, which is actually a lot of food for me for the first meal. I usually don't eat this much. And carb-wise, I mean, we're sitting at probably, I estimate like 100, maybe 120, 130, something like that. Let's just round those up to 40, 70, 80. And I need about 100, maybe 110 for the meal, which again, for me, that's high. So we're going to finish this, and then we'll check in on the next meal. And what I do is I watch my physique as I'm carving up to see how I'm looking. Tomorrow I cut all the sweeteners and stuff like that out. I believe that they do make you retain water. So about 48 hours I cut those out. So I'm still having Walden Farms and the flavored oatmeal. So it's good while it lasts. How the fuck we wind up with all these water caps? There's one bottle of water on the table and fucking 4 caps. I don't know what the fuck. Alright, next meal. Meal number 2. So what I'm doing now is taking another Nutrition Solutions meal, which this is South American braised beef. And it's got 36 grams of carbs, 52 grams of protein, 17 grams of fat. It's 505 calories. And I'm going to open this up and put it in this bowl over here, which already has more rice in it. It's got about 3/4 of a cup of rice in it already. And I'm going to make the meal just a bigger, more carbohydrate dense meal than it already was. There we go. Get used to doing that shit here. Alright, let's put that in there. Put that in there for like 2 minutes. Alright, so now that'll be meal number 2. And I think along with that, because carb-wise it's only going to be about maybe 30, 50, 60, maybe 70 grams of carbs for that meal. So along with that, I think what I'm going to do is have a Nutrition Solutions protein bar, which is going to add another 33 grams of carbs, 9 grams of fat, and 19 grams of protein on it. This is the root beer float protein. So we'll add that to that meal. But the next couple of meals, I actually have to leave here and go train clients in Maryland. Close this thing over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have another Nutrition Solutions meal set up with rice, same way, and a shake. The shake that I'm going to have is, this is what I've been using lately, is the Alpha Vegan protein. I haven't been using the whey protein right now because it's been kind of upsetting my stomach a little bit. There's like a little bit of lactose in it, and unless I take like a lactate with it, it kind of fucks with my stomach. So I haven't been using it. I've been using the vegan type stuff right now. So I'm barely drinking protein. I'm eating most of it, anyways. And then inside of that, I have a sweet potato. It's in the other room. It's a sweet potato powder. So it's kind of like real food by 5%, but there's no oatmeal in it. It's just sweet potato powder. I'll throw 2 servings of that in there. So that's about 60 grams of carbs there. I'm going to try to keep the carbs around 100 to 110 per meal today for the 5 meals that I'm going to have. and see where I'm sitting at the end of the day. The idea is to be up in the morning, excuse me, Friday morning, before I wind up pulling my water at 190 pounds in the morning. So 6 pounds heavier than I was today of water and glycogen. When I go, you know, overnight, I wind up pissing out a lot of that weight, the water weight. So we're looking at like a fully glycogen infused muscle with the right amount of water, not overly bloated. Shut up. Not overly bloated, so that when I pull the water in the end, you have, you know, the muscle's already still full. So that's going to be those, and then I'll show you guys what I have when I get home tonight. All right, how I'm going to put this shake together is the sweet potato powder is actually 26 grams of carbs per scoop. So I'm going to put 3 scoops in here. I'm going to have to use a lot of water with this. If you also, this type of stuff, you need to put the stuff in the cup first, because if you put the water in there first and then mix it up, it turns into like fucking cement. Like, you can't let that stuff sit. It's not like whey protein. The vegetable stuff seems to fucking solidify pretty quick. So 3 scoops of that, 75 grams of carbs, and then 1 scoop of the vegan protein. Both of these are chocolate brownie flavored, so, you know, I mean, it tastes pretty good. It doesn't taste like a milkshake, but it's not too bad either. You get used to this shit after you've been dieting for a while. So then I need 25 more grams of carbs to make sure that that hits where I need to be at. So 25 grams of carbs. I can throw in a few of these rice cakes with it too. So I'll have rice cakes, the shake, and then the Nutrition Solutions meal will be my next meal when I actually get to the gym before I train my clients. So that's pretty much how I take care of that meal. Every single time I go to train my clients, that's one of the meals. It's a shake. I'm only doing the shakes usually when I have to train my clients and I can't eat in between meals. Other than that, I'm usually just eating my food. Mostly all just whole foods. Oh, next meal. It never gets old. 24 years I've been competing, never gets old. And they flavor their foods from Nutrition Solutions just perfect. Oh, the beef and rice, vegetables, protein bar, full liter of water. Another erosion with this meal. If I feel like I need the gray matter, I'll take that at the gym. If I don't need it, I won't take it. Alright guys, we're going to finish up the day today with the last and final meal of the day. This is meal 5. I didn't finish the full shake at work. The way that it mixes up, it just 3 scoops of that sweet potato powder was just too much inside the little thing. So I actually didn't even want to finish in that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do actually 2 servings of Nutrition Solutions pancakes and one of the protein bars on top of it. That's going to be quite a few calories. But what's happening right now is I can feel my body starting to kind of, filling out a little bit. But what's happening is I'm starting to get really, really tight at the same time. When I wake up in the morning, I'll be even tighter and maybe not as full. Like, I need to make sure I'm full for this show. Specifically because every time I compete in physique, flat out they're like, yeah, dude, like your condition is spot on, you're shredded, but we like to see with a little bit more muscle. And I think what's happening is I deplete so much to get it down, to get that dry, hard look, and I'm flat. I mean, let's face facts, I flatten out and I don't fill out on time. And part of that is I cut my water a little too early, and I don't think I eat enough going into the show. That final couple days, yeah, I'm carving up eating a lot of food, but if my body can take more, I'm going to give it more. And that's where I'm at right now. Like, I'm pretty fucking tight right now, despite eating about around the 400 gram of carb mark for today. So this is going to be, these both have, 29 in them? These both have 38 grams of carbs, so that's 80 grams of carbs. That's about 480 right there. With 33, about 510 grams of carbohydrates. But I did train today too, which also makes a difference. So we're gonna whip this stuff down and just chill for the rest of the night. Tomorrow we'll continue with the carb load. check the weight. We'll try to get a weigh-in Friday morning of 190 pounds even, dry, full, hard. We'll cut the water Friday night, and then we're on to the stage Saturday. So I think what we'll do is we'll end the vlog here, and the next time I'll see you guys won't be Thursday, it'll be Friday when I go to the height check-ins, and I'll try to do some vlogging while I'm out there and see what's what. So day one of carb loading is down. I'm tired. I actually fell asleep on the couch for about 2 hours when I got back home from work. I'm just beat. You know, I'm looking forward to competing. I'm excited. I'm starting to kind of pep up a little bit because I know it's here. Like I did the last workout today, I did the last cardio session today, and it's near. You know, like the time is near that we get to go compete again, which, yeah, it's exciting. So hope this is interesting for you guys. For me, it's just a day of eating, but I mean, it is a lot more food than I usually eat, which a lot of people do have questions about how much I carb up for a show. This is about average for a show. I'm going to push it a little more tomorrow, I think, and see where I wind up by tomorrow night. I'll adjust it Friday. That's the thing about doing this, guys. There's no set macro numbers. There's no set things to hit. Like, I have to go day by day, meal by meal, and see how I'm looking in order to bring my best package. You can't just say, I'm going to hit 600 grams of carbs. Well, if your body doesn't need 600 grams of carbs, or you're bloated after 300, stop. You know, or if you eat 700 and you're still hungry, your stomach is flat, like, you know, my stomach is very flat. You can see my abs come through the shirt, you know, like, you're still, you know, super tight. Push it a little bit. Try to get a little bit fuller so that, you know, when you dry out, you maintain that fullness. So, 2 days and counting. I'm Bio Street, and I approve this message. It worked. Ow.